Yes, so UBQ Materials, pleasure to be here with you today. UBQ is quite an old startup. We started in 2012. We joined INAM this year only, but it was for us a truly incredible year. And I would like to share a bit of what we do and what we did this year so that you can all be happy for us and with us. So UBQ is basically a company that was set on the trying to find a good use for waste. Waste is, as many of you know, the source for many, many issues. The biggest and the most concerning from our point of view is the emissions generated from the organic waste decomposition and landfills all over the world, and not only in the underdeveloped countries. At UBQ, we take waste, garbage, the household waste in my house and in yours, we convert it into a new composite material that can then be used for the production of everyday products. The UBQ materials serve in this case as a plastic alternative. We replace conventional polymers using your waste as raw material. But the most amazing feature about UBQ and the most amazing value of our technology is the fact that the UBQ material itself is carbon positive. If you look at the orange side of this scale, you will see the conventional polymers represented as climate negative. There, they generate carbon emissions, while the UBQ material avoids the emissions. These minus 11.7 kilograms of CO2 equivalent emissions for every kilogram of UBQ is really the footprint of our product. And when we replace polypropylene with this material, we are offsetting effectively 14.5 kilograms of CO2 equivalent emissions for every kilogram of polypropylene UBQ replaces. This is amazing, and we can, of course, find implementations for UBQ in numerous industries. We are very proud to be already in use in a McDonald's tray, a very common product, but we are also working very closely in the automotive industry with many, many OEMs and tier 1 and 2s. Our lead partner is Mercedes-Benz, with whom we have also presented POCs at the Startup Autobahn Program 7, and with Mothersons, one of Mercedes-Benz Tier 1s in Startup Program 9. All of these products are durable plastics by definition. All of these products are usually using conventional polymers, and what you see here is the effective replacement of conventional products, conventional polymers, with a composite material made out of waste. The value of UBQ material is highly appreciated. Many players in the industry and in many industries have already opted to adopt UBQ as an option. So we are, of course, cooperating with leading brands in the market and with many more that I'm not at liberty to share, but I hope that very soon you'll see many news from our side. The most exciting news of this year is the completion of an amazing round D of funding for UBQ. We have secured $170 million from TPG under the Climate Fund and the RISE Fund. This amount will cover the setup of our first large-scale facility in the Netherlands. We are upscaling our pilot commercial plant in Israel from 5,000 tons per year to a large-scale facility in Europe with 80,000 tons per year facility. I'm proud to say that I have already secured offtake agreements of 60% of that capacity. So we are already talking about plants number 2 in Europe and number 3 in the US. This is a short profile of the Netherlands facility. This building is existing. It's set in Bergen op Zoom, nearby Rotterdam, and will be our European home. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Sophie. That's really been a amazing journey that you've had, in particular in the last year. So that's impressive. The only thing that I want to mention is that if you're planning to set up a second plant, you know, Berlin has, or Brandenburg around Berlin has lots of space. And we're, of course, always happy to have innovative companies nearby or in Berlin. Now, how did you, if I may ask a couple of questions, how did you come to the point that you decided, okay, we're going to go for a 3-digit million round?
Well, a big UBQ plant is not a small lab, and it's not an office space with some computers. It's an industrial facility. Our feedstock is waste. Waste is messy and requires space in order to be handled. Our process is an industrial process of conversion. It's a long process. We have a lot of quality assurance features. We need labs, and that is a big facility and a lot of equipment. The setup of a UBQ facility requires CapEx and OpEx, and in order for us to really put into action the longer term expansion plan, we came to the conclusion that either we do it big or we don't.
Makes a lot of sense. And can you share what headcount you have per plant or per?
The Netherlands plants will have about 240 employees.
Okay.
Take into account we are 32 today, so it will be a very big jump.
Yeah. Great. Fantastic. Are there any further questions to Sophie from the audience?
I think that they are all shocked that we are spending so much money in one plant.
Oh, maybe one question would be interesting. How long will the construction take? So when do you plan to be operational?
We are going to be operational in October, so I hope to be able to welcome you there.
Wow. Yeah. Let's do a factory visit. That's one of the very nice things to do, I think. Learn on the ground about things. Slides are nice, but you know, to see things in 3D.
On-site is on-site. I agree.
Perfect. Ferdinand, did you also?
Yeah, just a quick one. I mean, you building the buildings also for the expansions, or are you? Isn't that a process where existing facilities are also be available throughout Europe, or at least throughout? I don't know what the US, but
the conversion process of the UBQ material is a proprietary process. The IP includes the conversion chamber, which is really the heart of the process. So we cannot outsource it. We need to build it, okay. And that is CapEx. Yeah.
That is CapEx. Okay. Well, I mean, seriously, if you look for further expansions, there are people in the ENAM network that have good connections in that area. And of course, there are many places in Europe that are very keen on this type of expansions or investments.
Well, our timing is perfect. The European Green Deal is a very welcoming invitation to open facilities in Europe. We are lucky enough that there are lots of opportunities for us to really bring the added value of our technology to countries in which we have an upstream in terms of feedstock. Seems obvious, but it's not. And downstream, because we are completing validation in the industry, and the industry is looking at UBQ as a new source of material that is not only functional, but also affordable.
Okay. You actually have a range of materials, or is that basically 1, 2, 3 type of materials with different colors?
Even better, it's only one material.
It's only one material. That your picture that you showed was only different colors.
But we can color it. That's the thing. We produce one, and the compounding exercise is the same as in plastics. only with a better raw material inside.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know whether we get out of time, but I could just keep on going. The process ensures that the specifications of the end product are almost always the same, unrelated to the type of feedstock that you use.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's hard to grasp that we can take the heterogeneity of the waste stream, and it can result in a consistent, homogeneous product. But that is part of our process. We have really found a way to homogenize the heterogeneity of the waste stream.
Okay. Okay. I'm not an expert in that field, but it's kind of the I would think that this is some of the challenges.
I can tell you a short story, and we have very little time. But when I was offered this job at UBQ Material, I was very happy working in the automotive industry. And the CEO of the company called me and then said, "I want to talk to you." And I said to him, "I'm not looking for a job, but you have to hear what I'm doing," he said to me. And he explained. And I said to him, "That is impossible. I know plastics, I'm in the automotive, I am a professional for 20 years. You cannot do what you claim you are doing." And the only reason I accepted to come to the interview was basically to see the process and understand what they were doing there. So my interview was in the UBQ plant. And after that interview, I called my husband and I said, "Honey, I'm sorry, I'm switching jobs."
Okay, next meeting, whenever it's possible again, we need to go there.
You're most welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sophie. Last chance. Any further questions to Sophie from the audience? Otherwise, we'll move on. We're a bit behind in time, but I think I speed up anyways the next section. So if there is any pressing questions, no. Okay.